Hello friends. In the last video, I promised I would make a video about calming signals, which are the calming signals, kind of like 2009 calming signals, but I'm preparing it well so that there are no misunderstandings and everyone understands what calming signals mean and what they're for. Today I want to talk to you about hugs in dogs. There's been a recent news story on Europa Press about a bird fight live broadcast. And what it said is that there's a comprehensive study. Well, we already knew this for a long time from working with dogs, but there was an extensive study from a university in Canada with 250 dogs, and they concluded that dogs don't really like hugs. It seems obvious, but it's not. I'm going to grab my phone and read you a bit of the news so you can see what I mean. I'm grabbing the phone. By the way, this is the book Butterfly Wings by Begonia Hernandez. I recommend it. Here we have it. It says that experts in animal psychology, specifically, the study was conducted by a psychology professor and canine expert from the University of British Columbia in Canada, Stanley Coren. The experiment was conducted with 250 dogs, and it was found that 8 out of 10 dogs do not feel comfortable with hugs. They say that, well, according to the studies, dogs showed calming signals. They didn't take it as a gesture of affection, but rather as a kind of aggression, in quotes and out of quotes. So they would pull their ears back, close their eyes a bit, and look away to avoid eye contact with their owner. They would yawn, lift one of their paws, and lick their lips. I'm not making this up. It's all in the news. These are calming signals. What the dog is indicating to you is that it has a very high level of stress with what's happening, and that it doesn't feel comfortable at all with what's going on. And you say, well, my dog likes it. Well, it must be from the 20. In fact, Fama loves to be hugged and loves to sleep with me while we're cuddled up during our nap. But normally dogs don't show affection by hugging. If you see a dog showing affection to another, it mainly does it in 3 ways. It does it by licking, which is the equivalent of our petting, or by playing with it through gentle taps, which is like the pats we give on the dog's chest, back, or head. And those are, well, one more way is sharing their food with it. In our case, it's by feeding them ourselves. That's how dogs show affection. Sweetheart. That's how if we want the dog to understand that we're showing affection, we should give it affection. If what we want is to vent because we need a hug, I suggest you grab a stuffed animal, a friend, your brother, or a pillow. But don't use your dog as a way to let it all out. Dogs are living beings, and you don't understand that. When a dog hugs another dog, it's a sign of dominance. Why? Because it immobilizes them. He feels immobilized when we hug him. So, feeling immobilized causes stress, which increases the level of stress, and he starts to give signs of calm. We can interpret it as the dog being very comfortable, but in reality what the dog is saying is that it absolutely doesn't like what's happening. As the study mentioned earlier, well, if the ears are back, looking away, squinting the eyes, look at how uncomfortable he is. He's not comfortable at all. What he's saying is, please stop doing that. The same thing happens with kisses. We tend to give a lot of little kisses. Dogs don't understand kisses either. If you bring your mouth close to a part of the body and make a sound like that's natural for the dog. And since it's not natural, well, he doesn't understand it. He doesn't get why you come close and make such a high-pitched sound in his ear. That doesn't mean you shouldn't show affection to the dog. As I said, no. What you need to give is in the right way, through petting, play, pats on the chest, and words. And now you might say, well, words don't communicate either. They do understand some words, but they make a huge effort, a really big effort, to try to understand us, okay? Because it lives with us. Imagine that we are adopted by a family of elephants. If we are adopted by a family of elephants when we're little, we would put all our effort into understanding the behavior of the elephant, of the herd that adopted us, how they communicate with each other, and so on. To be able to integrate better into that pack, that's what dogs do. Dogs don't feel human anymore. They know they are dogs, obviously, and what they do is try to adapt to us as best as they can. How do they do it? By observing us and, well, trying to understand us as much as possible. And actually, I don't know if I've ever said this, but I'm going to say it 2 billion times. A dog's intelligence is equivalent to a child between 3 and 5 years old. This means they understand a lot. They understand a lot. They have a great capacity for learning, a great intelligence. That's why many times the truth is, my dog just needs to talk. Well, yes. Basically, they don't have the right acoustic system here in their throat to produce sounds that we interpret as words. But basically, they lack the ability to talk. I'm getting off topic. Let's get back to hugs and kisses. So, we don't hug and kiss our dog if we want to show affection. We pet them, play with them, give them treats, and share food, etc., etc. That's why training creates such a strong bond with the dog. Okay, if you haven't taken any training course, if you don't know, I'm telling you now that we have a free training course for all of you. By the way, Fama is already here with us. She's already been cleared for motherhood. And, well, we're going to finish the course. It's not completely done yet, but we're going to finish it. So, does that mean I should never hug and kiss my dog? No. We can teach the dog that hugs and kisses are gestures of love from us, but we have to teach them. There are very intuitive dogs, like that 20% from the study, who interpret it as a gesture of affection and feel uncomfortable. But the 80% has been shown not to understand it. This has been demonstrated with 250 dogs. Before this, I want to make a clarification. You all know I'm a biologist, I'm a scientist, and as a scientist, it really annoys me when people keep saying, there's a study that has shown, there's a study. Be careful with that, be careful. The studies have to be well done. This one looks like it's very well done because the study population is very large. It's 250 dogs. There are people who say it has been proven that poodles are smarter. Look at the little bird here. They're smarter than Yorkshire Terriers, for example. And you look at the study, and it has a population of 10 poodles and 10 Yorkshire Terriers. That's not relevant. There has to be a large study population for a scientific study to be valid. Let's set that aside and get back to hugs. I was saying that we could teach the dog that hugs and kisses are something positive. They're a gesture of love from us to them. How do we do it? I don't know whether to tell you or ask you. I'm going to ask you, and in the next video, I'll give the answer, okay? This is how we interact a little bit with each other. How can I teach my dog that a hug, a kiss, is something good and doesn't have to be stressful? Leave it in the comments. Okay, let's see what you come up with. What ideas do you have? In the next video, I'm going to tell you the results. Give it a like if you liked it. Share the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. What are you waiting for? You haven't subscribed, kid. Subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell so you get all the notifications that I've uploaded a new video. And that's it. See you in the next video. A big hug. And see you later.